Hey all, Matt here. Just wanted to put this little blurb at the start before the episode truly started because I wanted to just apologize for it being about 4 months since our last episode and about that long since we've recorded as well. So this episode is about 4 months old in terms of when we recorded it. I have been just insanely busy with work, with some other commitments that I just haven't been able to get around or had the motivation to edit in the way that I should. But I'm hoping that this will help me get like a lot more motivation to help us finish this series as soon as we can, because we're almost done with Island, and I really want to get onto action. Show the other guys what this whole series is about, and not just Island. So episodes will hopefully be a little bit more common and a little bit more frequent very soon. But that's about all I've got for you right now. I will see you all in the episode. Bye.
Last time on Doc of Shame.
If they don't know that Team Chaos Productions exists, and we have 4 amazing podcasts that vary from football to tabletop gameplay to video games.
Duncan takes a bow and arrow. Notice I say arrow singular.
To the knee!
Wow.
What?
Is it 2011 called? At first I thought it was they're doing the pterodactyl thing. I don't know why I pronounced the P. You're not supposed to.
Because you probably read it.
Welcome, campers, to the Doc of Shame podcast. My name is Matt, and joined with me are...
My name is Chris, and I'm ready to be cosmically shaken.
My name is Matt Walsh, and I'm ready to be shaken cosmically.
My name is Gabe, and I'm ready to have my Delta ruined. I'm gonna immediately date this.
That's okay.
Fine. We seem to record these things at important events because Deltarune is coming out in approximately 90 minutes from when I finish this sentence.
Man, can we stop living through historical events?
Yeah, Jesus. E3, Deltarune.
Did we record the last episode through E3?
I think 2 episodes ago was E3.
Oh, wow. Cool.
2
Love
or
it.
3. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about the Total Drama Island episode, Are We There, Yeti? Get it?
It's because Yeti's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
And Are We There Yet? Because it's after the fucking phrase that's used a lot.
Did anyone see the movie Are We There Yet starring Ice Cube?
Yes.
No, and
As a
I'd rather
child,
not.
yes.
I have.
Did you see the sequel, Are We Done Yet, where instead of going on a road trip, they built a house?
Yes, it was the most frustrating film I've ever watched as a kid.
I think that one picture of Ice Cube in the life jacket, that's the word, in the life jacket, became a meme for a while.
Did the movie Are We There Yet come out prior to prior to Total Drama?
Probably.
Okay, so that's that. Because I was just guessing that they were just referencing the phrase "Are we there yet?"
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, Are We There Yet came out in 2005.
Okay, 2 years later, 3 years later, whatever.
Yep, and I was right. Are We Done Yet is the name of the sequel that came out in 2007. So it's probably in production around the same time as Total Drama.
This is important.
This is important.
Yeah, we have to have our Are We There Yet discussion,
Guys,
per episode.
Guys, Chef didn't say last time on. He said last week on Total Drama Island.
Oh no.
Oh, that's different.
That's a break in the space time continuum, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, but it's like that is a weird point because they don't have any sort of consistency in terms of what kind of show this is, whether it's like live or happening like day of like Big Brother would, or if it's a weekly show that they filmed in advance. There's no continuity. There's no consistency because the last time we saw it and when it was airing, they aired a week apart. So that part makes sense for us in the real world, but in the show, the show in
like
universe,
the next day.
It doesn't make sense.
Like it's usually either next day or maybe like a few days later.
Yeah,
but like,
but even the
yeah.
Even the show that airs in universe, because they have like there's the show we see, and then there's like they are filming a reality show for like the in universe that they're a part of.
Right? Isn't the time frame like 6 weeks? In the show?
That's like that I'm not quite sure on. They said like 5 or 6 weeks, I think, during the after the Doc Shame episode.
You guys ever notice that during the intro, the guitar riff is perfectly timed with Owen's fart?
No, but that's amazing.
You guys ever notice how? Wait, what's her name? Beth? Is it Beth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever she does the fire dance, it's just the same animation flipped on its x-axis.
You guys ever notice that the guitar riff is also perfectly timed with Izzy crashing into Harold later on in the intro?
Yes, that part I did notice.
Do you guys ever notice that Ezekiel's in the intro?
No, I never noticed.
He's right next to Noah, the two most irrelevant characters this season.
Yeah.
They are E for irrelevant.
In fact, everyone in that cafeteria is pretty irrelevant because Eva's there and Tyler is there.
Yeah, that entire, like, I wonder if any, like, because I'm sure that there's, like, kids that just get randomly placed in front of, like, a network for, like, a few hours, and, like, they look at that intro, and they see that particular scene, and they're like, I have yet to see any of these characters show up in these episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Where the hell are they? They're out that early.
That's why they put the most prominent character in the show in the cafeteria, Chef.
Yep.
True. Yeah, to kind of balance it out. I see.
Yes. Speaking of Chef, he gets to host today because Chris is off hosting an award show. Which again, in universe, like, is the award show live right now, or was this recorded long ago? It doesn't make sense.
What kind of award show do you think Chris McClain hosts? Because it's the equivalent of a Jeff Probst or just another reality show persona.
So in
hosting
the like Total Drama universe, Chris is a movie star.
He's a movie star?
He did star in movies before hosting, yes.
Huh.
We'll find out more in action, but he is known for other things other than hosting.
Interesting.
That being said, daytime Emmys.
Yeah.
I think it's the Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
That, like, so basically, the way I see... This is getting sidetracked, but just hear me out. I feel like Chris McClain hosting the Kids' Choice Awards would just be, like, the most deadliest ways of sliming people. Like getting, like, maybe having them, like, approach a very large fan that's just spewing slime at them, but they're getting closer and closer to that said fan.
Just waterboarding.
It just gets really uncomfortable. Slime. Like, he would absolutely be a masochist in the Kids as a Kids' Choice Awards host.
You know, war crimes.
You know how you could, if you take water pressure to a point, you can cut through solid objects? He would do that with slime.
Oh no.
Yes, he would. He would 100% would.
Oh.
Also, I do want to note that Chef does end the cold open murdering Mr. Coconut.
No.
Wait, I didn't notice that until now.
Yeah.
the man, the young die young. Or wait.
You want to try that again, Chris?
like it. I'm keeping it. We're putting that on a fucking t-shirt. Man, the young die
Man,
young.
the young die young.
That's great. That's great. We just keep it. We'll keep it like that.
So, we once again wake up with the campers in their beds in the middle of the woods. Not floating this time, but still out of their cabins. Because, spoiler alert, this episode is almost a repeat of the last one.
What? You're telling me that throwing the same 4 characters in the wilderness isn't a new plot?
Surprisingly, no.
Why do... Guys, we'll get to ratings at the end. Why does these episodes just feel so slow compared to the start of this series?
I don't know. And even the...
This is like you thought. I thought this ended so much stronger than than I thought.
Me too, and especially, like, even the start of the merge was really good.
Yeah.
But ever since, like, Jeff's elimination was the last, like, really solid episode.
Sure.
Well,
And now they've felt so samey, because this episode just feels like the same one we just did. Because Chef shows up in his fucking helicopter. Did he come up in a helicopter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef shows up in his fucking helicopter. They're all wondering where Chris is, and then Chef's like, "You have all day or whatever to get back to camp. First pair that does, because they pair up this time. That's what makes it different. Sure. They pair up this time.
Yeah.
First pair to get back to camp wins immunity, which is fucking wild from a voting perspective, and I'll explain that later on.
Sure. Yeah.
Once we get to the vote. But they basically just end up guys versus girls. And I think the pairings work well, but it is just very easy to just go, oh, guys versus girls. Or as Chef says, delinquent and chubby versus grim and grimmer.
Respect. Good writing. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect there.
And specifically, the first one to tag the camp's totem pole wins invincibility. So what do you guys think about this challenge, and how is it exactly the same challenge as the other one where they had to just go out into the woods and get back to camp from, like, Katie's elimination?
Well, you guys are like, how'd this show get so slow? And I'm like, why did they spend the whole last episode? Why did they not actually eliminate anybody? It was just the fucking coconut.
Well, that's the thing. Like that. At least, like, that last episode, some problematic nature of it that we did discuss already, but, like, at least that had, like, a little bit, some more interesting stuff there at times that it could have been, like, that you eliminated someone then. I don't know, man. It is so bizarre to me. And this is a feeling I've had for a while. I feel like a lot of these challenges are very much the same. Because it's either you survive on your own or you're going to do something so fucking insane that why would a teenager do that? It is on one of those two ends. And it has been like that for a lot. Or you eat something gross. Like, and that was at least like 2 challenges. Like, it's just... I don't know. Like, I feel like from a challenge point of view, this season is just very weak and not creative, in my opinion.
Oh my god. They gave more elimination time to the coconut than Lashana.
They sure did.
Yeah.
They sure did.
Yeah. That good fucking observation.
I don't even hate this episode. It just, like, with the context of everything around it, like, if the last episode didn't happen, this would be a decent episode.
Yeah.
But the fact that it comes after basically one that it's basically one that we've already seen. We've seen these dynamics before.
Right.
They're having a hard time writing with so few characters, I think.
Yes. And and without spoiling anything, Matt, is that evident in later seasons?
Not that I'm aware of, because I'm thinking. Let me think of the final 4 in both other seasons, in the next 2 seasons.
Yes.
Brain blast.
One of them, one of the final 4s is a bit weak, but the other final 4 is among my favorite episodes of the series.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No, yeah. I was just curious. Like, I wanted to see if they at all improved because based off of everything that I've been sold about this series, and I've been a big Drama Island fan. Haven't seen the other 2 seasons. Now I look back and I'm like, I don't know if I'm that big of a Drama Island fan, but I've heard nothing but great things about the next 2 seasons. So I feel like I feel like they've had to build on something that they've had to kind of grow since then, because right now it very much feels like, man, we're kind of like just rehashing things we've already seen before, and it's just weird. I get that it's with this, it's 4 people instead of however many ones was there when it was Katie and Sadie, but like it's still like, okay, do we have to have this be the challenge again?
Right.
You know what it is?
And I mean,
oh, sorry.
go
ahead, Matt.
Good. No, go ahead.
I think it's just they're in an awkward place where they've set themselves up, drama-wise, pun not intended, for certain things to be, relieved, or for certain characters to be set up, and you can't have any payoff with Heather yet. You can't have... I guess they could lean... I feel like they should have leaned more into... I guess we can reveal who has been eliminated this episode, which is Duncan. I feel like they should have leaned a bit more into Duncan and why he's doing this. In the episode, you can kind of tell who's going to be eliminated because they pay a little bit more attention to them.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have got that a little bit more, because instead of focusing on the characters or the drama between them, or, what's at stake for that character, they don't want to use that yet because they really don't have much left. And so a lot of the attention goes onto the challenge. And the challenge isn't very strong here. It's something we've already seen, but with a twist that also feels like we've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it feels so slow here. If it was like a whole new thing that they had to do, I don't know, they had to be like glued together and then like sled down a mountain. I don't know. Like,
yeah, something different.
Yeah.
Walsh, I don't know if it's just Discord, but you've got a weird like staticky thing going on with your voice right now.
That might
I don't know if it's your...
might be Discord, because I am talking to you guys through a totally different device than I'm recording myself.
Okay. All right, just wanted to check.
So I should be good either
Is
way.
it rubbing up against anything? Because that's what I feel like I'm hearing like movement.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
Is that a little better?
A little bit, yeah.
Or
yeah,
you might,
right now it's good.
You might actually hear, or maybe you won't, but if you hear a little like, that might actually be Yoshi, my hamster, who is in
Okay,
the
it wasn't
That's
that.
okay.
It wasn't that.
Yeah, I don't think it was that.
I can
but
accept Yoshi noises, just not bad microphone noises.
Just not your fodder. Nah, he's waking up, so I'm sure I'm not helping.
All right, so we're going to do something different for this episode.
Oh,
Okay.
Rather than just like, oh, let's recap the events, because they, like we've kind of been saying, not a ton interesting has happened. I really like the discussion we've been having about just like, this is kind of like what the series has been up to this point, and then like how it's kind of working in these last few episodes. So I'm going to just go through it very quickly. I took a ton of notes for these that are basically going to be useless now. Basically, both the two teams do their best to try to get there. There's a lot of back and forth because they have to make some sort of tension. Gwen and Heather at some point agree like, hey, we really need to work together. No fucking shit. But at the same time, like Heather's wanted to comment on that comment Heather made was just like, of course you need to stick together because you want to win immunity, invincibility. But it's not like you're going to work together in the final 3 very much. So like, and you seem to act as if Gwen is like your biggest competition. Maybe it's more Duncan, but I feel like she is a little bit more rivalrish, which is a weird word to say, but with Gwen than Duncan sometimes. So like, I would almost be like, would the strategy be throw this competition, get your biggest, and convince the guys to vote her out, something like that. I don't know. meanwhile, the thing, the really good moment of this episode, in my opinion, was when Heather was like, "Oh, I wonder what the guys are planning by themselves," and then they cut to them on the raft, and they just are having a toot off.
Was that really a favorite moment?
Yeah.
Compared to other things in this episode, I just like the contrast.
Sure.
Yeah,
fair.
but like,
It was just dumb.
It's like the slapstick shit that they lean on all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I sound so sour. I've been so sour on this series.
Can I talk about?
warranted.
Okay. It is. Can I talk about some of my favorite things from this episode? Or I could save this for a little later. Or if we're giving like sure, I'll let you finish the recap.
Yeah, let me finish the recap, and then we'll go into things.
Yeah.
One of the other things was about this episode was there's a fucking Yeti. There's a Sasquatch and Aqua, which is a brilliant name. That's my favorite part of the episode.
I've always loved that name.
Is Sasquatch and Aqua.
Yeah. Very good.
Very good. Who kind of just like chase
about the episode.
Yes. Who kind of just like chases them around and is like just as scared of them as they are of it, which is funny. Owen has night vision goggles.
Because why not?
Because why not? Duncan stole them off of Chef. They do that whole cave thing. Heather says, "Please tell me that ton of my ears, Owen," which I'm just gonna move past. Chef is doing like kind of his own thing back at camp. My favorite was when he was saying Ave Maria playing the harp, and then a fly flies in his throat. That was good.
Oh, that was so good.
That was a good moment.
That was great. And then there's like this back and forth between them trying to like set up the or trying to basically steal each other's supplies because they were given incomplete sets of supplies. Like one got a compass, one got a map, one got sleeping bags, one got food. That kind of deal. And it ends up after that back and forth. They all kind of set up for camp for the night. Gwen takes the sleeping bag from Owen, and then Heather flirts with Duncan a bit, rests on his chest, and is like, "Oh, you don't mind if I sleep here for the night, do you? I feel so safe." And then Duncan's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he like gets a big ego and then falls asleep anyway. And then the girls have already left by the time that the guys wake up. And they probably would have won if Owen decided to touch the totem pole and not just go straight for Chef's sticky buns.
Yeah. It was that was Owen. That was that Owen thing, you know.
Yep.
The glutton.
So girls win immunity, meaning that it's between Owen and Duncan, and basically Gwen and Heather get to decide who goes home between them. If they don't communicate, like it, I don't know what the deal would have been if there was a tie. If like Gwen decided to vote for Duncan, Heather decided to vote for Owen. However that would have worked out. I don't think the show cared enough to put a tiebreaker into place. But no. And then the episode ends with Duncan on the fucking boat and then they pan into the into the driver area, and the Sasquatch is driving. Then the Sasquatch rips his mask off, and it's just Chef. And then Chef rips his mask off, and then it's the Sasquatch again, and so on and so forth until the episode ends.
So can I just say that was funny the first 2 times it was done. After that, it was just like, okay, let me. I literally paused the YouTube video after that. I was like, I think this is it. I'm just gone. I'm bouncing off of this now.
I literally said, like, verbatim, what is the purpose of this?
They had to fill out 22 minutes.
Son, have you seen the maniac around here?
Yeah, that's it. That's basically what they're copying. Can I just say? I just say, going back to we've had our discussions about the the voting side of things, like how supposedly once they reach the final 2, the contestants would be the way that they have been framing it to this point was that we want to be able to look good in front of our peers and be able to say, we played the best game. And I I think that when if that context is still there as of this point, which I think kind of was erased the moment that the Lashana episode happened.
Yeah.
But let's just say, for the sake of it, that was there. I like the Duncan elimination because I think that was a smarter move getting rid of Duncan over Owen because Owen's a buffoon and Duncan is a much better player and probably a much more scarier player moving forward. Now you did want to talk about the voting dynamics of that, right?
A little bit. That I more already did in terms of like the ties and stuff.
Sure.
Just how like in real life, if 2 fucking people have immunity at Final Four, that is wild. And
yeah,
it used
like
to,
how do you determine that?
right? Yeah, and it used to be in Survivor. It would be that when it was the final 2, whoever won the final 3 immunity got to pick who comes with them. So it was basically like just one person voting because the other 2 people had to vote for each other. So they canceled each other out. That's kind of what this dynamic is here, except Heather and Gwen have to come to a decision together to decide who to vote out.
You know what would have been interesting?
What's that?
If they did a fire making challenge.
If they did a fire making challenge and it was forced and they had to do it.
Yeah, they had to do it.
And that it didn't come up as naturally and make an epic moment. They fabricated the epic moment and it became less epic.
Yes. Yeah. Or you know what would have been funny? Would have fit their brand. Done the fire making challenge. Owen burps and it starts the fire.
I was about to say that. His noxious fumes could jumpstart the fire.
Oh my fucking god! That would absolutely would have happened.
That's how they would have worded it. Verbatim.
I like it when Chris and I mention Survivor and the other 2 have no idea what we're talking about.
This is what the ripoff is, right?
It is, yeah.
It's taken from.
Just gives me some time in my brain to just play some static.
Walsh, what was I was curious what your favorite moments of this episode were.
Sure, I thought there were some moments that were my favorites because either they didn't make any fucking sense at all, they were an error in the episode, or it was just a funny gag. So,
Sure.
You know, we get Chef, I mean, of course I love Chef, I feel like we get a lot of Chef this episode, and he is just fucking, like, crazy, saying shit like I wrote in my notes, like, everybody just shut up, I'm gonna make you wish you were never born, shit like that, or Owen holding the map upside down, I wrote down Chef singing.
Yes.
Later on, the 2 boys, because they think they're going the right way, they go up a mountain and then find out they're not going the right way. So to help themselves, they jump off a cliff into a river. And I wrote, like, rivers aren't deep?
And also, there shouldn't be sharks there. Like we have to go back to the first fucking episode. Why were there sharks there?
Oh my god. Then they did, like, a whole flashback thing with Owen, like, I don't cliff dive anymore. And they did a whole flashback thing. So
Oh my god.
I
winner's
have a
ending
reasoning for that. It was literally just a clip show meant to reuse footage to fill out time.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my, I was like, why? Anyone who has watched, anyone who's, especially for those who are binging the show, like us, or binging, I guess is, we're too used to this, but, like, it's, I don't know, I didn't understand replaying that you could have shown, like, a 5-second flashback being like, oh yeah, remember when this happened? Like, you didn't have to play out the entire scene again. That was so bizarre.
Which is crazy to me because even though the end is okay, it still feels a little rushed. I'm like, if only they had more time and didn't use 2 minutes of it to show Owen in the first episode again.
Right.
But
This is what we call in the business a winner's edit.
anyway, it's fine because right after that we get a 3D shot.
Oh, we got a 3D shot? Oh, I've been looking forward to this segment.
Hell yeah.
Yes, welcome back to this segment where I let you guys know when there is a 3D shot of the camp, in which there was a 3D shot of the camp right after they jump off the cliff. And yeah, these always, I guess they just must have taken a bunch and just felt like, just to sprinkle them in wherever. I want this to be like a place that I can download and go to.
Nice.
In VR chat or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, VR chat
That'd be-
with
that
this,
would be
that'd be
fun.
so
But
dope.
it's so funny because you can tell like the ground is 3D, but the buildings are 2D.
Yeah.
What else do I have here? Then then the two teams, they just start kind of pranking each other once the girls and the guys start getting along with each other.
Mm.
And one of the things I wrote, because one of the pranks is Owen gets caught by the foot and now he's hanging upside down from a tree. So Duncan, to untie him, I shit you not, but this tree, I'm just looking at, because I'm re-looking at the episode, the branch that he jumps to has to be more than twice his height.
I was gonna say that too.
And Duncan does what's the right word? When you just jump in place, there is no build up to it.
Like a free jump?
Yeah, he does that standing in place in an instant and goes directly up to that branch.
His lack of legs makes up for his strength.
He just and the next second after he jumps up from the top of the screen, he is on top of the branch. I was like, "What the fuck?"
The pranking montage reminded me so much, and oh god, you guys probably will remember more. Wasn't there a SpongeBob episode where it was SpongeBob and I think Squidward that were fighting for something, and they kept on doing different things to stop each other from achieving
Employee
that
of the
thing?
month.
Employee of the month.
Yes, and they were trying to get there on time, and they were and at one point it cuts to SpongeBob being attached to an anchor and Squidward having a boat attached to him.
Yeah,
it
that's
kind of
Yep.
reminded me of that dynamic a little bit.
It was
Not as good.
Okay,
not
wait,
as good because there really was no reason for them to keep pranking each other.
No, just
because-
fucking go!
Just fucking take it.
Just fucking go!
And some of them they prank them, and then they go into the other person's bag and then take something that they don't have, so compass or a snacks or something. But why not just take their whole fucking bag?
Yeah.
What else do I have here?
Hold
The
on,
girls
real quick.
die in a punji pit.
In a what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing.
There's some ridiculous ones though, they fucking wrap Heather up in toilet paper, and Owen gets scared because he thinks it's a fucking mummy while he's eating the candy bar with the wrapper on.
He did that earlier too.
I know, he does
He
that all the
always
time.
does that. He always fucking does that.
He scrambled at that fucking
He's
tree.
a goat.
But the pranking, I guess, kind of sets up the what the fuck, the Sasquatch and Aqua.
Yes.
So I guess it's fine. But when they run out of the cave later to get away from it, they accidentally have 3 bags.
Oh, I was gonna mention that. Heather, Gwen, and Owen all have a bag.
Yeah.
God, why? Did the budget run out? What the fuck happened?
No,
don't
it's
know.
not
Budget
even
run out of,
they were out of.
or but did the budget run out on competency? I guess is maybe why I should be asking.
All right, so hold on. When Duncan cut Owen from the tree, did he use a knife?
No, he just untied him.
Okay. Maybe I imagine that because that's just a very Duncan thing to do. Can you
Chef
check
had his
on that?
knife.
Can you check on that, Walsh?
Yeah, I got you.
Chef had his knife. That they showed it.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but
yeah. Because Chef's going through all their stuff. He finds Owen's secret stash or whatever. Duncan, all right, he's crawling up to the rope. The girls steal bug spray from the bag. Yeah, because that's important. No, he just unties his feet.
Okay, I was just checking. So if he had his knife there, and then Chef also used it to clean his toes later on.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
Wait,
That was gonna be
I'm
weird.
sorry. Wait, I forget this. Did he stole Duncan stole his chef's knife or no?
No.
No, Chef stole Duncan's knife.
Okay.
Yeah, because Chef's going
Okay.
through all their stuff. He gets Owen's secret snacks. He gets Gwen's
That's
diary
right.
to read.
That's right. I remember that. I remember that now.
Because
Yep.
all protagonists have diaries.
Specifically the female ones.
Yeah, what else? I wrote down Chef is all powerful. He pulled the cinnamon buns out of the oven with his bare hands.
Yes.
You can't. This is why you can't underestimate the strength of Chef. He has dealt with the pain. He's numb down there at this point.
I don't know exactly where it is, but I wrote it down that at some point Chef says oh crap. I think it's when they're running at him at the totem pole.
Probably.
And and they make it very suspenseful who's going to get the marshmallow, between Duncan and Owen, especially because Chef looks fucking crazy while he's keeping the suspense.
And like they switch between the three people like 40 fucking times.
Yeah, rapid pace.
Just for then Chef to throw the fucking marshmallow at, and Duncan looks angry the whole time, and Owen looks scared out of his mind, and Chef throws the marshmallow at Owen. Owen catches it in his mouth in the funniest fucking way I've ever seen in my life, while still keeping the scared expression on his face.
I love that expression.
It is so fucking funny. That's it.
Okay. One moment I want to talk about, and usually I am not like Team Heather like at all. I absolutely think that that doing that, what she did to Duncan in terms of like, oh, I feel so safe in your arms, fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah,
fucking brilliant.
I respected that. I respected that. I'm like the biggest Heather hater here. Yeah. I'm like, all right, I can respect that because I also hate Duncan, so it's just kind of like, all right, well, it's two
the lesser of
shitty
two evils.
Exactly. Yeah, not even that. It's just like, oh well, they're both taking swings on one another and messing with each other. So like, it's like, all right. I can respect whatever moves happen from here on out, and Heather got the best of him.
Wait, why the fuck would I say that? Heather is most certainly the worst.
The worst.
The worst. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like it's not even like she's definitely worse than him, but like I don't know. I respected the fact that she messed with him so hard because he's such a he's so thinks with his it's all the time. So like it's just like it worked. It worked for that.
Anyone else? Chris, Gabe, any standout moments of the episode, good or bad?
Yes. Since my first viewing all those years ago of the show, Sasquatchanaqua has cemented itself in my brain, and I have thought about it sporadically throughout the years, and I was like, what is this referring to? And then, when I finally got back to rewatching the show for this, I felt so reaffirmed in like, I'm not just making this shit up.
Yeah. For me, I it was really like it was the sequence of them messing with each other. I was like, okay, that maybe went on for a little bit too longer than it needed to. The whole like flashback thing was so bizarre that they chose to replay that. I don't know, like even I guess like the Sasquatch thing was also like such a ripoff from the last one too, because like instead of like you just swap out a bear for a Sasquatch, that it's the same thing, and like I enjoy the character dynamics, but I felt like it was overshadowed by this like feeling of sameness about the whole episode that kind of was just like, okay, like it's certainly like, is it on the level of like some of the other episodes, at least recently? Not really. Like it was fine. Like it was not like terrible, but it definitely for me, it was just it's further cementing the fact that I'm like, they had a lot of trouble thinking of challenge ideas because it very much felt like at least now, because they are running out of steam, and then again with like I'm completely with you guys where I'm like, they should have in some ways merged the last two episodes and have Duncan go on that one, or they could have, like, I don't know, have the two episodes. Think of a more creative challenge. Have Lashana go during the last episode and Duncan go before, because I'm still hung up on like, why the fuck did they get rid of Lashana in the way they did?
Yeah,
is so insane to me. I don't know. It's just these kind of like lurking feelings. I know the next episode I remember being like pretty solid, and the last one being pretty solid. So I think it's an uphill climb from here, but it's definitely, this has all been a very slow burn.
To the end, yeah.
I think it would just be better if we got rid of last episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, just get rid of that
straight
one.
up. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Maybe get some of those dynamics carried over just to actually like fucking fill the runtime and not have all this padding.
Yeah.
Yep.
God,
Yeah.
it
100%.
yeah.
And like and then it makes me also think like I enjoyed seeing Izzy come back, but I feel like bringing back Eva and Izzy was so useless in the grand scheme of things that like why couldn't those episodes been the one that Lashana goes out on, or like or just minimize the amount of like shitty challenges at the end here and focus on the good ones. Like I felt like they have 27 episodes in this show. Like I understand I haven't watched a lot of TV as of late, but 27 episodes is a lot for one season. Like I feel like you could have minimized it a little bit, right? Like just kind of you could have figured out a way to put your most quality stuff forward instead of having these episodes that are just kind of we walk away being like, okay, like that's fine, that was okay, but like I don't know, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, and I think the Lashana elimination, now that we're really digging in these past two episodes, really feels worse in retrospect.
Yep.
Just because
100%.
you could have had the full, like, after the Dr. Shame episode, you could have had some sort of through line in there and have a payoff at the end or something without eliminating a contestant. And then Lashana goes in Camp Castaways or something similar, and then Duncan goes here. Yeah.
That's exactly where I'm at. And again, like I feel like you had other opportunity. You had these other competitions that could have been switched around, and you could have maybe limited the. You could have done less and done more. That's for me. That's probably how I'm taking it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to say about the episode, or should we get to ratings?
I'm ready.
I'm ready for ratings.
All right. I'm gonna start off. This episode feels identical to the last one in my opinion, so I'm gonna give it a 5 because that's what I gave the last episode.
I forget where I put my ranking last time.
I posted a screenshot.
Yeah. I said a 4. I'll give this one a 5. It wasn't as poor as the last one in terms of like I there was moments in this episode that I was just like that I enjoyed, but it was still just very mediocre overall. So a 5 is good for me.
You said a 5, correct?
I said 5.
Okay. All right, Walsh or Gabe?
I'll go. Last one, this one just felt like last episode, but with less racism.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Improvement.
Yeah, so I'll give it that little bit of improvement. Last time I gave it a 3. Like it still falls in the same place where the plot and the pacing falls a bit short, and it's not even carried by the characters, maybe a little bit more than others, but it's more so carried by some of the gags and some things like that.
Yeah.
This one feels so weak. I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Okay.
Yep.
And Gabe, are you continuing your 0 streak?
I'll be a little generous and give it a 1.
Okay.
The one's for Sasquatch.
Yes, for
Sasquatch and
Aqua exclusively.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
We did it, guys. We went up.
And like I said, and maybe I'm misremembering, I do remember the next few episodes being good.
Oh yeah, I do as well.
But it also could just be rose-colored lenses. Who knows?
All right, are you boys ready?
Never.
No.
Today's Total Drama-Rama comes to us from Miles Smith. Thank you, Miles. Is overall episode number 106, season 3, episode 4, Weekend at Buddy's. I will be reading the Wikipedia description and then the Wiki description.
Okay.
When Donkey... Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Donkey.
I'm done. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. No.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh my god. I think I was also looking at Cody, and I was like, donkey?
Okay.
So,
That's great. That's great.
when Duncan accidentally destroys Cody's toy friend Buddy, Owen and Beth have to find a way to stop Cody from learning the truth.
Okay, title makes sense with that description.
And this is the wiki. Pretty close. After Cody's best friend doll breaks on Owen and Beth's watch, they put themselves in grave danger while trying to do the right thing.
Wait, okay, so the Wikipedia is blaming Duncan, but then the wiki is blaming Owen and Beth.
Owen and Beth maybe were supposed to watch Buddy to not get him destroyed by Duncan.
Oh
be
my
my guess.
This is kind of horrifying. Because
What grave danger are they in?
Well, this one caught my attention first because I saw a character I didn't recognize that was just a child, but the child is Buddy, and he looks like a life-size toy that is just this smiling kid with a heart on a sweater with blonde hair and a helmet on. But
wait, this is weird because
this is an image of the broken doll, which just looks like a dead child with oil coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Sure
On the
does.
floor.
It looks like Death Stranding.
Wait, I just had the worst case of deja vu. What the hell?
This is a robot.
Yeah.
This is not a doll. This is a robot boy.
So Duncan
Right.
punches Buddy. Owen's glad nothing happened to Buddy. Buddy gets stuck to Harold's toy, which is a fucking magnet. And then Buddy ends up in, like, the sink. So he gets all wet. So then they try to fix it, but Beth is now in the suit, pretending to, like, be Buddy. Oh my fucking god! Yeah. So, but then, like,
please, you gotta keep on. I understand this is a podcast, but you gotta supply some images.
yeah, sure.
on this
So
one.
here is an image of child Beth, taking the wires out of Buddy, and reading the manual. And because they can't figure out how to fix it, what they do is they put Beth in it to try to, tell what's going on.
They Five Nights at Freddy's Weekend at Bernie's it.
Yes. So you can tell it's Beth.
I hate that I said that. I'm sorry. That's
could
such
Never
a
thought
dumb
I'd hear
statement.
those words come out of your mouth.
You can tell it's Beth because
the glasses?
eyes are now blue.
Because of the glasses.
I guess the
Glasses.
glasses, yeah.
Yeah.
So she ends up in very dangerous situations in the sense that, like, oh, Cody wants to play tea time with Buddy, but accidentally feeds Buddy, like, hot sauce. Or later on, they get attacked. Buddy gets attacked by a raccoon, and here's an image of a raccoon biting off Buddy's face, which if you didn't know it was a robot, it would be horrifying, because I say biting
Oh
off,
my
it is much more
God.
stretching the face and, like, stretching the eye hole on the side of that face, while
Is
and
Cody
the caption
fucking
of
flossing?
the caption on that one, well, it says Cody points out that okay, so Buddy is fed the hot sauce. Owen gives honey
Cody's
to the robot. Owen gives honey to Beth to like help Beth be able to take the hot sauce. Cody points out that honey attracts animals. Beth gets distracted. Beth gets attacked by a raccoon, and then the caption for the image I just sent with the raccoon attacking was Cody starts dancing.
And of course he's fucking flossing.
Cody's fucking flossing while a raccoon is eating his best friend's face.
I guess, oh my god, there's so much that happens. I guess later on, Beth can't, like, take it anymore, so then Owen takes over, in which he does not fit in the suit at all.
Oh my god.
I've had enough. No,
Yeah,
please
this
keep
is
going,
enough.
but-
Oh no, this one's even better. So Duncan wants to mess with Cody because he thinks it's funny, and Duncan gets in the suit, and Duncan tells the kids that no matter what happens, don't tell Cody that he's in the toy. And Cody, who at this point is going off to get his pet pony, but it turns out Cody's pony is actually a bear. And
What?
so you get this image of the bear just eating the child.
What the hell?
And it is Buddy with his head in the bear's mouth, and he's flailing his arms and legs around.
You know what? Fuck Cody. He doesn't deserve to have a toy like this if this is the shit he does to it.
And then, oh my god. Duncan gets attacked by the bear. The kids think that they got out of the toy at the right time. Beth and Owen did. Duncan wonders what just happened, because the head comes off, but he's all injured. And then Duncan says, wait, Duncan was my buddy this whole time? Duncan is my best friend. And then Cody goes to play with Duncan. And that's how the episode ends. It is one that caught. I mean, there's also other parts I glossed over. The kids,
Good.
while in the buddy suit, accidentally getting shot into the sky and then through the ceiling. Another part where they go fishing and then they end up underwater with sharks. Oh my god, this one's so fucking good. They end up, Owen in the suit ends up in the fucking water, and I guess because they were fishing, all the fucking sharks come out with fucking weapons. One's holding like a bow and arrow, another one has an axe, another one has a fucking like a flail.
A flail.
And
How is
another
this-
one just has fucking boxing gloves on.
How is this all in 11 minutes?
Yeah, it is. I'm so glad this one.
I gotta
caught my
tell you,
attention.
I gotta tell you, man. I'm starting to come around to this show. I don't know why. There's just something about it that's just is so chaotic.
Like, the dedication
Unnecessarily
to the sheer
chaotic.
absurdity of this.
Yeah, it's kind of like I kind of respect it. I'm starting to kind of respect it.
I know I've been a little quiet on the social media front lately, but I will be sharing these
Good.
as when this episode comes out.
This has been the Doc of Shame podcast. And when a raccoon is biting your friend's face off, just floss. And your
Watch out for
problems will be solved.
Watch out for the armed sharks.
See you all next time. The Doc of Shame podcast is brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter @Doc of Shame and find more of our work at Team Chaos Pods.